Peace. This is Spiritual Lifting with V. Let me get your soul swole. Today's topic is revenge and true justice. And I want to start on saying that these are two topics I think that will be very interesting today and that a lot of people will relate to, definitely, on many levels. I'm going to touch on both topics. I'm not going to, I'm just going to touch on the certain aspects. And so, as far as with revenge and true justice, and there are very many angles that you could go about reaching on these topics. But I'm going to start with these, on the way that I thought about it. And at the end, if anybody has a different way that they would like to comment on or bring about, please do. As well as help me help others. Let me get your soul swole. You can DM me to get you a soul swole Spiritual Lifting with V t-shirt. I'm doing them for about $20. If you need help with that, let me know. All the proceeds are going to charity, the homeless, or feeding a needy family. I'm just saving the money up. I'll show everybody the receipts. I'll show everybody what I'm putting out there and the orders that I got, and we're going to go from there. So hopefully here soon I'm going to be able to do something good. I did have a few orders, and that is fantastic. Blessings to all those people who did that for me and who are trying to help with the cause. Again, I'm not keeping any of the proceeds. But let's go ahead and jump into today's topic. Today's topic is revenge and true justice. I'm going to start with speaking on revenge. A lot of times in life, we go through things that are hurtful or angering, right? People can do some really damaging things out here. People can, they can spite us. And it could be out of jealousy. It could just simply be out of dislike. It could be that their life condition is not good. And so all the surroundings around them, they want to honestly just be in a terrible, horrible place, right? Because they are projecting what is inside of them. I did a post earlier this week, as within, so without. So as they're moving along through their existence and their pain, their anger, they're going to project everything, even if they don't know that they are, on others. And then sometimes people just do things out of maybe it's miscommunication, misunderstanding, and maybe something was said to them. And so now they're going through their life because their life have been surrounded by, like I said, pain, neglect, anger, abuse, mental. It doesn't have to just be physical. It also could be self-abuse. And so they have these negative energies, bodies built up in them, all these blockages. And so now this is what their daily life is, projecting this negative energy upon everyone else. And then they're doing things. They're doing things as negative. I will relate this to an incident when I was a child. There were a couple of guys, and they used to pick on me every day. I was very small. I was about 4 foot something, 4'5" or so. And they were much bigger. We were all around the same age. I was probably that height at about 12 years old. No, I was about 10, 11 years old, okay? Very small guy, very skinny, very weak. I was very sick all the time as a kid. So every day I was going to school. I liked to learn. I was trying to learn. But I would get picked on for trying to learn, which still to this day is actually extremely strange to me. But, it's bullying back in the day. And call me nerd and all these other things. And so every time that we would come in from recess or in the morning time, they would do things like I would be rushing to get to my seat and snatch the seat from underneath me. Of course, we know that old trick, right? They snatch the seat from under you. You go to sit down, you fall back. Now you're embarrassed because the entire class is laughing at you. And of course, you're a child. So maybe up to this point, outside of things going on with your siblings where you do things to each other, you really haven't had a lot of experience in public with being embarrassed or people doing spiteful things, because even when it's your siblings, it's more camaraderie, especially when it's your older siblings. They're just trying to teach you to toughen up. So in that, this would happen. I would fall for it once, fall for it twice, and that was, finally, and it was a group of 3 guys. So I was like, man, I'm tired of this. You know what? I'm going to get revenge, right? But you just say, I'm going to get them back. And so in doing so, I think it had gotten to the point where they would take these colored inks, right, and put them in the Elmer's glue that you used to keep. And I think this is crazy. Now I think about it, this is hilarious though, but it was quite embarrassing. And they would put the colored ink inside of from the markers inside of the Elmer's glue, change that to a color. Excuse me. And then once they did that, they would then put that on my seat. So of course every day I'm rushing in there, off a recess. You try to stay outside as long as possible, and then guess what happens? I rush in, I go to sit down in a seat full of blue or red or purple or black glue on my school pants, on my pants. Thankfully we had gym class, but I would then have to stand up, ask the teacher, could I go to my gym locker? Now mind you, we're talking about 5th, 6th grade things, but I think it was 6th grade. So yeah, and I was very small at that time. I would have to go to my gym locker, but I sat middle of the class, middle back. They went by names, and have to walk past the whole class with this colored glue all over my hind parts. Of course, everyone sees that and is laughing, and everyone who knew what was getting ready to happen to me, because they saw them do it, was already in preparation for the big joke on V. Great. Got to go down and change my pants. Well, that day I had enough, so I'm going to get them back. The next day, I thought about this all night. I'm going to do this. I'm going to do this. Made my colored glue. Sure enough, I think I got all 3 of those guys back. And I did it periodically throughout the day. I got one guy with the glue. I got another guy with the chair. I think I got 2 of those guys with the glue and another guy with the chair. But in that, this turned into a back and forth, spitballs, whatever it was, because now I allowed them to get to me. I allowed them to pull me away from the ultimate thing that I was trying to do, which was study and learn something, into playing their game. Does it sound familiar? Does this sound like what negative bodies and negative energies and troublesome spirits like to do? Yes, it's exactly what happened, because then we all ended up getting in trouble, because we all ended up getting disciplined. We all ended up not being allowed to go out on recess. We all had to do recess detention or whatever it was. We all ended up getting spoken with by the principal, because these things kept going, and guess who wasn't learning and learning? Which was exactly what that negative energy body wanted to happen for me, which was pull me away from something good I was trying to do. All right, I'm going to stop right there with the story. My point with this story was just a little example. When you are going through certain things and you feel like people are doing things to you, the energy is just like super negative, super terrible, or somebody's done something insulting to you. A lot of times inside, we're like, all right, I've had enough. I've had enough. I'm not allowing this to happen again. They did it to me, I'm going to do it back. I want them to feel worse than that made me feel. This is incorrect. At that moment that you do that, you become no different than they are. At that moment that when you decide to seek revenge, you are placing that same energy upon yourself. When at the end of the day, you really had to do nothing. You didn't need to do anything at all. I need some water. Life. Thank you, Heavenly Father. Thank you for this beautiful day. Thank you for these beautiful trees. Man, it's so wonderful out here. Just smile today, okay? And in the face of any of those things where you feel like you need to take revenge on somebody, really, that's the honest truth. You need to just smile. You need to build up positive energy. We can't allow ourselves to be sucked into that. These are with these trickster, people say they see these shadow entities. Well, that's what these things are there to do, cause mischief. Mischief in your life. They feed on the negative energy. I don't know what those guys had going on in their home lives, but I do know that their home lives were not good. I know this. I know for a fact. I knew these guys. I knew that they were neglected. I knew that they were going through a lot of things at that age, because I know how they turned out when they got older. And I'm not saying that, people don't turn their lives around, but I knew these people out of the neighborhood through the teenage years, all of these things, the way that they conducted themselves on a daily basis. I know what was going on. Okay, I knew these people. At the end of the day, these mischievous spirits, even people that are young, they can take over because they need to feed on the negative energy. You need to be aware of these things. When people are doing negative things to you, it is not you that is causing it. Don't look like, what am I doing? What am I doing? What am I doing? Well, partially it could be you. And that partial reason why I'm saying these things is that, what are you feeling inside? If you start feeling those negative feelings of, I need to take revenge, I need to do it back, it's been done to me, I'm going to do it to them, then now you're creating that. So now you are projecting and emanating that negative, mischievous energy from yourself, which then allows those negative energy bodies to be able to feed. That's all they want. They want you to get in an argument. You ever been having a perfectly fine day, 100%? Like, you're just going along, it's just beautiful, it's great. And then the next thing you know, for some reason, and you've been being as nice as you could possibly be, now all of a sudden you're under verbal attack from people when you've done nothing. All of a sudden you were perfectly fine and everything was going great. You've been doing, you've been in your high spiritual state. You have been in this all great positive nature and mode, and all of a sudden you being attacked, you spilling stuff on your shirt, all these negative things. Trust me, you're never going to have a 100% day. I said this before. It's just not going to happen. It can go smooth, it can be like great, but it'll never be 100%, because that's the law of the universe. Positive attracts negative. I'm not saying it's going to go big time wrong, but there'll be something to throw that day off. It has to have balance, and it has to be balanced out. But how long do you spend in a negative space, as I've said before? The issue is, this is what I'm talking about, is much different. When you're just under attack all of a sudden by different people that you're encountering, that you're coming across. Well, this is something completely different. These mischievous spirits, these negative bodies, these negative energies, they're looking to feed. And they're looking to feed on your spirit. Don't fall for the trap. Don't fall into it. Don't give up your energy signature. Don't. Seeking revenge is big food for them. You know what the best revenge is? To do nothing. To do nothing at all. That if you got that kind of troublesome negative spirit around you, pray for them. Bless them. Turn to God. Turn to the grand creator, the grand architect, and say, pull this energy away from me, keep me protected. Put me in that cocoon of protection. Heavenly Father, Forgive me for my trespasses as I forgive those who trespass against me. Have love and just continue to project that out. If you want it to go away, just do nothing. Because it's not up to you to make those judgment calls. It's only up to the Creator. And trust me, you'll see how the energy works when you just ignore it and do nothing. Don't play into that. Don't give it back. Don't give up your good energy spirit by falling into those things and then allowing it to then attach to you, so that now when you do that, it either happens again, it comes back, or it hangs around for a while. Who wants that? Just let things go, and it's very hard to let things go. And letting things go is not necessarily turning the other cheek and looking the other way and allowing yourself to be bullied and picked on or whatever. It's being greater than. Because once you start getting yourself to greater than instead of less than, you will begin to move and be protected by a certain amount of and certain kind of energy that's coming from the Creator, that you won't even be in those realms of those things. The type of issues that you will begin to have will be on another different level that don't involve that. And trust me, the Creator will take care of what the Creator needs to take care of. But by keeping an unconditional love within your open heart and your open spirit that we are working on every day to build and make it higher and higher and higher. Thank you, beautiful birds, for chiming in. You're right. We must be this way. That's the signature of nature. And the Creator saying, keep speaking. Once we open up ourselves for that, once we open up for the hand to be on us from the Heavenly Father and the Spirit to be within us from the Heavenly Father, that's what's going to happen. He's going to handle that business. Trust me. It's the way that the energy works. This is leading into my second part. True justice. Again, sometimes we seeking out revenge because we want justice. We want justice. We want justice. No justice, no peace. No justice, no peace. Man, you know what? Why even speak those things into existence? Justice and peace. The wordplay that we use, justice and peace. We're going to have justice and peace. I'm going to walk around in this world with justice and inside a peaceful existence. When you put no in front of something, you putting that negative in front of that? No. Justice and peace. We want to bring ourselves to a peaceful mind state, a justful mind state. But first, we have to start with giving our own selves true justice by not allowing these negative things like what we're talking about, like revenge, jealousy, envy, greed, hate. I mean, you know, gluttony, all of these things to reside inside of us 24/7. Come on, I mean, we all as people go through those things. That's a part of the lesson in life. I don't care who you are. Everyone has faced those things. Everyone has had those things become a part of them. This is why that they have been able to be able to speak to somebody about it, or being able to defeat those type of attitudes or things in their life. You couldn't do that unless you have faced those things within your life. You have to learn those lessons. So anyone that says, I've never been greedy, I've never been lustful, I've never been jealous, I've never been hateful, I've never sought revenge, is not telling the truth. I don't know what law you living by then. Because you read it, you living from a different law in the universe than I'm living from. And I'm living from the truth. The true law of the universe. There's only one. Grand Architect made that. His design is beautiful. I don't care what anybody else is believing. The true justice comes from when you do self-satisfying things, like when you don't seek that revenge, when you don't move out here with that hateful attitude, and you just are, you just be, you continue to move forward. Your success. Your success. Best revenge, best justice. Why would you allow a person or persons or energies, why would you give that time? Why would you seek to put back that same negative energy? Then that way you never will get justice. You lose every time. You clown yourself every time. Like, you literally make yourself look like a fool every time. Thank you, beautiful trees. Thank you for the blessing. Thank you, universe and cosmic dust. You clown yourself every single time. You know why? Because you make yourself lose. You can't receive justice that way when you do those things. And this is the reason why. Because when you tit for tat, when you back and forth, you don't give the Creator an opportunity to show you the beauty of his inner workings and the way that he's going to handle it. Okay? You ever had somebody do something to you and you just, all of a sudden, it was like, man, that was messed up, but you brushed it off, you just went on about your business, you didn't have time, and then the next thing you know, you hear about something real crazy happening to him. You had nothing to do with it. You didn't even wish bad upon him, and in fact, maybe whatever you heard about was like, damn, that's messed up. I actually feel bad for that person that happened. That's the universe taking care of it. You want to call it karma, you want to call it karma. Not karma, karma. Two different things. Allow those things to happen. That true justice is you moving past that. Give yourself justice. Give yourself the victory. Allow yourself to win by moving forward and progressing. I always think to myself, those who live their life on negative thoughts, negative energy, revenge, spite, hatefulness, deceit. I'm glad I'm me and was born the soul and came onto this and placed onto this universe the way that I was, instead of having that as my existence. That's victory enough. That's justice enough to know that my mind frame thinks 100% positive all of the time, that I wake up smiling every single day, that I'm so happy all the time that it actually annoys people. It actually gets on people's nerves. And I legit 100% happy every day on reboot. Every morning I wake up, no matter what has happened. It is annoying to people. What a beautiful, blissful state to be in. If I'm not smiling on the outside, believe me, the soul is smiling. Let me get your soul swole. I'm trying to get your soul swole. To get you to this bliss. To make you see with your eye and not your eyes. Understand. Understand. True justice comes from the Creator and the universe. We need not to worry about those things. But what we do need to do is continue to work on raising our energy body. On taking ourselves to a much higher plane and a much higher state. The place that we need to be on a daily basis. Constantly in deep gratitude and appreciation for this existence. Don't allow anyone to steal that away from you. Don't fall for these mischievous energies. Don't. Because they are out there. And trust me, if you haven't been working on improving your soul, once you begin to improve your soul, you're going to start to see these things begin to arise. And you'll see what I mean. But the biggest thing that you can do is smile and continue to work on and build and project a positive energy out of yourself. Revenge is not necessary. Let your success do that. Let your moving beyond do that. Do not allow them to win. Do not allow those negative energies to feed on you. They can go feed somewhere else. There's plenty of darkness out here that we're trying to get the light upon. They can go feed somewhere else. But just don't allow it to be you, so you can continue to spread and build up your energy. Because the Creator is going to take care of that. And I believe that once you continue to go ahead and move beyond that, you'll see what I'm saying the next time a situation happens. Bless them. And not in an arrogant way. What I'm saying is have genuine, unconditional love for everyone around you, and understand that whatever's going on that's projecting out of someone else, it's within their inner. It has nothing to do with you. If you are doing all the things and working on your energy body and your spiritual self to create something better and do something in a better way, it is not you. Trust me. True justice. True justice is being in control of your destiny and not allowing others to control your destiny or your fate. True justice is walking around with a constant open heart and open spirit and unconditional love. True justice is ridding yourself of the ego. Ridding yourself of the ego, being able to admit your faults and falters, and then learning from them because there are no mistakes, and then advancing and not returning to that, whatever you had going on before. True justice is giving and allowing yourself to live in a peaceful body, be a peaceful entity, be a higher energy. True justice is allowing the Creator to be in control of everything and allowing Him to handle whatever negativity comes across your life. With that being said, I hope that everybody has enjoyed today's topic. That revenge and true justice, man, it has so many avenues, it has so many directions and so many ways it can go. And I just touched on a little bit of that. I just touched on the aspects that had come to my mind. If anybody has any add-ons to that, please leave a message. I love correspondence, and I would love to get in a conversation back and forth about that. If anybody wants me to do a part 2 to either one of those topics, let me know. And I surely will do a part 2. And, in this life, we don't have to seek revenge. Again, the best revenge is always going to be your success. And I think the ones that are the champions learn how to face the adversities in life, move on and beyond that, and take care of what's needed to be taken care of, and work on spiritual growth and work on yourself. And that's going to bring you all the justice you're going to ever need. Because once you give yourself justice and peace by not falling for all those negative games and negative things that are out here, and believe me, they're daily in life. And when you start looking at all your situations as just that they are situations, that it's just these are occurrences, and embracing the lessons and being happy for each lesson, no matter how stressful it is, and learning out of the lesson and seeing why it's important for you to get those lessons, you'll start to see immediate justice and peace within yourself. Because no matter what it is, it's here for you to grow. And as always, remember, the children are what's most important. They are the future and we are the past. But by working together, we could all be the future. People, if you have someone younger than you, act as an elder. Do your part. Show them love. Walk through this world with an open heart and unconditional love. And this has been Spiritual Lifting with V. Let me get your soul swole. Peace.